Sarf from. Are we live?
You tried. Yeah, we're
Fantastic.
live now. So,
Okay.
hey everyone, welcome to another weekly live session with OK Student. I am not Mariana. I'm Martin. I am our head of marketing and operations. This week the live will be a little bit different because Mariana is on a holidays, so someone had to take the hosting over. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm here with Sarf, who is our wonderful student advisor. Make yourself intro, Sarf.
Yes. Hi, guys. My name is Sarf. I'm the student advisor slash strategy manager at OK Student. I'm used to calling Mariana out like in these lives. So yeah, Martin's going to be a good change for a little while. Yeah, super excited for the live today because it's almost 1 year of me being a student in Nottingham Trent University, and it's been an incredible journey. And like this is where we talk about today because I know the Alevels results are coming out. So a lot of people are super excited to get their results, get on the plane, and get over here as soon as possible. So definitely, we're going to talk a lot about the journey that everyone will be going through, or at least the start of the journey, or similar to what I've faced over here.
Yeah, definitely. So for everyone who are tuning in for the first time ever, this is our weekly session. We are Student Advisory Center helping international students to fulfill their dreams in the UK. And we are hosting this session, every week on Thursdays and bringing on one of our amazing student advisors to kind of be live in here and kind of answer everyone's questions in real time. And yeah, so far, I'm assuming you think the same, Sarf. It's been super valuable for students.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
definitely. Because like every single one of our advisors come from a different background, maybe geographical, maybe cultural, or even in terms of studies. So like every time someone talks about maybe the same question every single week, it gets answered differently, and that can connect to a lot of different people in different levels. And definitely, it's been very helpful for everyone. I believe I did the first live. Would be something around 3 months ago, I believe. Yeah, almost 3 months ago, and the first line was amazing because like it had a lot of technical difficulties, and that is a kind of difficulties that you'll be facing when you're here as well. So like definitely there's ups and downs, and it's a great thing about being over here. The amount of value you get, and in terms of like the struggle as well, you've come from a struggle and you stumble across a lot of regions, but you get the value out of the entire education system and that country that has to offer everything for the international community.
Definitely. And as you said as well, for myself as well, congratulations to every single student who got their A-levels results today. We have been super happy to seeing like you guys posting your results online, getting the unconditional offers from the universities. It is the most exciting time, I guess, of the year because all of the hard work we have done and you as well as students is kind of coming together now. And it's just wonderful to see all of them coming in.
Oh yeah,
Sarf,
the result, if I may talk about it as well, is it's of course it's the most crucial thing. But some people they may have been waiting for the results to come out. So if you're worried about that, go to our social media pages, go to our website, give us a knock, fill out the form, and if you're going for a last minute of offer from any university, get in touch with us. One of our fantastic advisors will make sure that you get enrolled into one of the universities that you always want to study in.
definitely. I'll put our email down here, which is info@okstudent.co.uk. We are partnered with like 60, 70 plus universities in the UK, meaning that the way we can help you now is just fast track you and connect you with the university. And quite often we can, during the clearing time, turn those applications around with a matter of hours sometimes or days,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
definitely, definitely. So I've been actively involved in the clearing stage. Like we've done so many applications before clearing, and we were just wondering whether we'll get a similar response. We've already crossed almost half of the amount of applications we had before clearing, after clearing, within the last 1 2 months, and that has been the huge influx of applications because people right now are understanding like how much they need to invest in their postgraduate studies, specifically people from the EU who, like, because of Brexit, are getting into their last chance. for the EU maintenance loan, or at least for now that we know of. And that's been the huge influx. And it's been a great honor to help every single one of these students get into universities of their choice.
Amazing. So yeah, once again, everyone who's tuning in, please do leave your comments down to the kind of comment box. We will show all of them on the screen, and we are giving our best to give the kind of best answer to your questions. Actually, I think we slightly jumped over it in the beginning. So, Sarf, you've been in the UK for a while now, and you just told me before we went live that you're kind of finishing the last assignments for your own master's degree. So give all of the listeners and watchers on Facebook and YouTube a quick 1-minute intro to who is Sarf and what are you doing in the UK?
So Sarf is a guy who got his degree in finance and then worked across 2 countries, across 5 different companies or 4. I forget, it's too much. But I've been working across the globe, and the reason I came to the UK is basically to more of specialize my career route rather than having a very open end to it. Which is why I picked my master's in management and international business to go more towards a career in consulting, management consultancy or strategy consultancy. Hopefully, I'm getting a call back soon, but I have been applying for quite a lot of jobs in the last few months. But yeah, the journey has been amazing. Just the opposite side of how we have learned everything from back home. Like the education experience is so diverse in comparison, and in terms of the assessments, in terms of the modules, in terms of the lecturers, like interacting with you, the amount of interaction I get. It's 1-hour lectures and then 2 hours of workshop, or actively getting information face to face. That has been the best. It has been the best effect for my knowledge.
So you mentioned you are just finishing your master's degree. Where did you do your bachelor's?
My bachelor's was back in Bangladesh. So I'm born and brought up in Bangladesh. I was there for 24 years before I flew to the US for a job. So my bachelor's was in Bangladesh, so education was a little bit different over there. Cultural shock wasn't a big thing for me because I lived in the US for 2 years. So I kind of got used to a little bit westernization. But yeah, it definitely makes a difference when you are a student versus when you are working somewhere. When you're a student, of course, right now amongst my friends, I am the oldest one for obvious reasons. The experience definitely adds up to it. But yeah, it's not a bumpy ride. It's just a ride where you have to start your engine. On my first day in the opening week, I went to what we have as the Global Lounge in Nottingham Trent University. And when I saw everyone just sitting idle, I just went to the foosball table and just asked anyone to join me for a game. And that's how I started. Like, if you just ask someone, "Hi, how are you doing?" They will share everything with you because they are also facing the same thing. They're also new. They're also here for the first time. They need to know who this place, what this place is, as much as you do. So for everyone to just opening themselves out to like what the people are asking or what kind of people are there, you just get used to the people around you. Similar to how I met you as well.
Yeah, definitely. Fully agree with everything you just said. So once again, everyone who's tuning in, this is OK Student Live session, currently with Martin and Sarf, because our main host, Mariana, is on a holiday.
Yeah.
This is our weekly session where we are just trying to give as much value to our students and every student possible by letting all of you just ask your questions in the comments and, yeah, with our expertise, give the best answers possible. We have had a couple of comments. Hey, Minal, AT, thanks for supporting us. Nice to see you over here.
Mm-hmm.
AT is one of our senior advisors, so he's very knowledgeable with the questions as well.
Yeah.
By the way,
yes.
I actually, when we were discussing the A-levels results, I actually had a question. Obviously, like now everyone's super happy about the new results, a lot of excitement. When you were applying for the masters, like was everything kind of settled for you, or you were also like a little bit worried whether you get the place? So what kind of feelings you had when you found out that Nottingham Trent University, right, accepted you for the master's course?
Yeah, so it was before any offers came in. There have been a lot of, how should I say it? So as you said, there are people who are very happy about their results. There are certain people who are not as happy, and I was one of those people, because my undergraduate results were not as exciting as I made my master's results to be. So basically, at that point when I was applying, even to certain other universities that I applied to, I wouldn't even qualify for their entry requirements sometimes. I'm not going to name the universities, but I was really looking forward to a few offers, which I didn't know how exactly I would get that, because like similar to how like OK Student is there for the advice, for the consultation, there was no one on my end when I started applying, and that was the main issue, because like I just went around on Google, and Google gives everything but a generalized opinion, right? So like that was my main issue. Afterwards, when I actually connected with application agencies, and from there, OK Student did pop up. So like that's where like I understood there are certain ways how the education sector works, and if you're someone who's applying, who knows everything that you want to do, who knows exactly which position in NASA you will eventually be applying to, yeah, that's great. But then there is a lot of serfs and other people in the world who don't know exactly where they're applying to. So that was the major concern for me. So like when I wrote my statement of purpose, I was not sure whether it should be more like a professional cover letter, or whether it should be more like just my story. So those are things that really was really helpful with agencies like OK Student, and that was really helpful for me on my journey for my application.
Totally makes sense. Makes sense. I'm just seeing we have a couple of questions from the audience. Simran is asking, "Hey Sarf, how has this journey changed you?"
Oh, massively.
Keep it short. Keep it short. We have so much to discuss about starting off the new term and all of that. So
definitely.
2 minutes.
Okay, fine. So basically, before I came here, amongst my friends, I would be the most silent person. I would be like the gentle giant, like just being in the crowd. But when I came here, I figured this is my 1 year. I'm never going to get back home again. And what I just changed for myself was just going from the guy who will look at someone as like being the first one raising their hand, to me stepping up and be like, yeah, I want to do this first. I want to take this opportunity. Any and every activity NTU has offered till date, as long as it didn't clash with my schedules of studying, of course, I went for all of them, and all competitions. Even in COVID, I took part in 2 competitions. One of them was a global experience, managing a global team of 8 different people from 8 different nationalities. So these are the opportunities. Like we are always like, yeah, if a friend does it, I'll do it. That's great, but your friend may not have the same path that they're looking into as you do, and that's where it changed me. That I came here with a friend from Bangladesh as well, but I met him like at global lounges randomly. But in general, what I wanted to do wasn't the same as his, and he took on a completely different path. I took on a completely different path, and that's how I kind of individualized this year to myself, and I've grown massively from that.
Amazing. So confidence is the key word I would possibly bring out from here, right?
Yeah.
And we have another question from Dina. Thank you so much for your question. Hey guys, for students that were not accepted on their first choice, can you help them applying in clearing process? Take the floor.
Yeah, so definitely we can help them out. So first choice is definitely always going to be, yes, this is the best university I've looked at for the last 4 years. It happened to me as well. My first choice, I didn't get an offer from them. But in clearing, of course, a lot of universities are like, okay, we're open to some of the opportunities that we can provide to specific number of people as well. And that's where clearing helps out a lot. So in clearing, mostly for undergraduate students, we have been able to provide a lot of offers. And what we can do is do it very instantaneously, kind of, because we are partnered with about 70 universities. We can directly go with the student like, okay, so XYZ is the course that you're looking for. this is your entry requirement, this is the budget. Are you, is this your choice? Yes, great. Let's apply to this one. We apply to one university, we talk to the representative directly and make sure that they understand the student who may just be someone they would like to have in their course, and then we get it through. So it's like a very instantaneous process that we make sure clearing is done. And by the way, clearing is ongoing right now as well. So make sure like you apply as soon as possible.
Amazing. Fully agree. So one of the topics that I really want to get out of this session today is how to start, like how to travel to the UK for the first term, how the first couple of weeks, including Freshers Week, including getting your items for your accommodation. So let's push a little bit towards that. Trish asked a really good question about actually the selection of accommodation. So how did you decide between student halls and or a private place? So I actually went through the process myself as well, but you take it first and then I'll give my point of view.
Sure. So I didn't want to go into student halls. For one, it was very, well, comparatively financially, student halls tend to be more expensive. But this also comes with a lot of perks as well. So in terms of like you have an entire community in one student building, you have like a lot of amenities around you, and that's great. But I wanted a little more flexibility. So what I did was when I came in, I just booked an Airbnb for 2 weeks and wanted to get places for myself. So there are loads of websites and loads of agencies through which you can get properties over here for a minimal amount. And Nottingham is a really good place and a really affordable place. So like I got my first accommodation for like $350 per month, which is very cheap. And it came with bills and everything included. It was quite a decent place. It was roughly, if I started running, it would be like a 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes run from my university. So it wasn't that far out. So it was a really different way that I took it. Some people may not want to take that risk. So it's great to look into accommodation from early on. And if you can book one within the university's like walking range, that would be great. If you don't have something within the walking range, the city is well equipped with bus routes. So definitely that's something we can look into. How was your accommodation, accommodation scavenging for you?
So I did my course within 4 years, meaning I did 3 years of undergraduate. And then after the second year, I spent 1 year on a placement year. Nice. Generally, when students ask, the easiest answer is there is 3 different types of accommodations. So first of all, the ones you already discussed about is university halls. They are really friendly places. Generally, 4 or 5 people live in like one apartment. Everyone have their own room, but then they share a kitchen and they share toilet and shower as well. The second option is private halls that aren't run by the universities, but kind of private businesses. These are really similar to the university halls, but sometimes I would say they tend to be a little bit cheaper than the university ones, which is not always the case. And the third option is, of course, I think you mentioned that already as well, is renting from a private landlord. Obviously, renting from a private landlord is the cheapest option, but it will bring, obviously, different problems that first-year student might not want to deal with. My very first year, basically, I applied very late as well. I think I confirmed my place like late August or something, meaning that all of the halls were gone. I really wanted to be a part of the student community and like stay at the halls. But I had to basically rent a studio apartment really, really close to the university, but it was a little bit more pricier.
I would like to add something to that, Martin. Since you mentioned studio apartments, I know a lot of my friends and a lot of other people might have maybe social restrictions that they want to keep to themselves, or even I know a lot of people who are vegans or vegetarians, they would not even want to share the same kitchen. So studio apartments is a really good point at that.
Amazing opportunity. So generally, I'm a little bit different, but generally Estonians are super quiet, calm, they keep by themselves. It really depends on your personality, sometimes even like cultural differences. I really did enjoy staying by myself because basically I had my own apartment with my own kitchen. I was the boss. I could clean whenever I wanted, quite often, but I could keep it tidy. and stay in if I wanted to. But at the same time, when I wanted to have fun or go out or meet friends, I could always just go to the halls and just have fun with friends. And then at the end of the night or at the end of the evening, when I was like tired of people, just come home and watch Netflix by myself. So no one was really disturbing me. So really, I think really good option. But at the same time, the downside is that what I always say about the halls is like when you get the room in one of those apartments of 5 or 6 people, you automatically get 5 friends with it.
Exactly. Like mostly because of COVID right now, like I know a lot of people who were in studios.
Right.
The only way that we could connect is like exactly like this. So that's like where the friends, even I'm sharing a place with a friend right now, and I would have been like I know I would be very crazy, like if I had to spend like entire 5 months all alone by myself, not being able to get out. So yeah, definitely it's kind of a personal choice, and it depends how you want it. But yeah, a lot of options are open to you.
Yeah. So second year, I found my friends. I rented a house from a private landlord, big house, 5 rooms, very, very cheap. I would even say maybe like half of the price or a little bit more than half of the price of the first year accommodation. Amazing experience, very tight friend group. But it was amazing to do that big first year. I had the time. It sounds bad, but like find out the people I want to live with. Well, it doesn't sound bad. It's normal. Yeah. So basically, I've had all of the options, but yeah, I kind of would suggest to pick halls for the first year as well, even though I didn't myself, because
Exactly.
the friends and the vibes that come with it are, not underrated, but they are very valuable.
Yeah, there are steps to how you learn to live over here.
Of course, of course.
If I may reiterate, like for anyone joining us right now, this is Sarf, the strategy manager / advisor for OK Student, and I'm here with.
My name is Martin. I am the head of marketing and operations at OK Student. We are a student advisor center, like really trying to help students, international students, European students, finding their way to the UK universities. We have a lot of partner universities who we work together on a daily basis. And yeah, we just, our ethos is basically trying to provide as much value as possible to the students and just help. Let's have a look at the comments. Trish had actually asked another question, which is not related to the beginning of the university, but basically, can we help students who have already applied? Can I read out correctly from that question that, Trish, do you mean the students who have already applied, but they wish extra help with us? I'm assuming so. So, Sarf, what do you think?
There is kind of a like gray area to my answer right now because, like, of course, depends. Let's say if you've already applied and you haven't gotten any answer back, we really can't do a lot over there. But if you wish to apply to further universities, if you have applied and you haven't gotten responses, you can reapply through us. So we can definitely do that. If you've got your application rejected, we can definitely help you with that. For after the application, there are a lot of other amenities that you may need help with. So for that, it would vary from person to person. So I would suggest drop us a question in the form on our website, and we'll definitely love to help you out. One of our advisors will definitely be able to help you out with that.
Yeah, I just put the link down here as well. It's okstudent.co.uk/form. Basically, you just fill out your details, and then one of our amazing advisors will get back to you ASAP.
Yeah.
Or in addition, you can easily just email us info@okstudent.co.uk. Both are totally fine.
Just go to any of our social media, any of one of our websites, one of the only website, and just apply. So Martin, you were talking about like how I started, like where to shop and where like how the experience started. Do you want to tell us a bit about yours, like how your first month was?
So yeah, basically my initial month was super duper chilled because, as I said, so when I came to the UK, I obviously went to my like kind of private accommodation. I didn't have friends straight away. I generally don't have problems with like really finding friends, but I like my privacy. So Freshers Week, I know a lot of students during the Freshers Week, which for people who don't know yet what Freshers Week is, it's just the first week of your university experience where all the students come together. There is plenty of activities. You can there is fairs. You can find out different societies you want to join to. But I think it's mainly well known of all of the parties and activities that are going on related to kind of partying. So I know like most of people went, well, probably not most, but a lot of people I interacted later on went to like many events and parties. I went, I think, only like 2 or 3 parties, which was plenty for me. Yeah, I think my first month was a little bit more practical than if I would do it again. I would go a little bit more crazy and not be that practical. And like I was visiting like, so I just started like decorating my place and just walking around Nottingham instead of actually taking part of all of those get to know people activities. So I'm pretty happy with my first month, but I think looking back now, I should have probably partied a little bit more because it's once in a lifetime opportunity.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how was yours?
My first month was a roller coaster ride. So I made sure that I went to almost every single event on Freshers Week, because the one good thing that does come from that is there is a couple of events where you get a lot of discount coupons, this and that. Nottingham is a student city. Like, it has 2 huge universities in one city, roughly 70 to 80,000 students at the same time. And that's why like the amount of businesses that give student discounts and all that is huge. And that's what we were looking for. Like in the first week, we get Domino's, free pizzas, free ice creams, everything was there. Moving on from that, I had to see exactly where to go shop. Now, depending on your lifestyle, you can do this. Depending on your budget, you can do this. And depending on what you like, you can do this as well. So you can go from Waitrose to M&S to Sainsbury's to Tesco, to Aldi, to Lidl, to Asda. The entire range is there for you. So like if you want to grab a lot of groceries and all, Tesco's there, Asda's there. If you want to go for just specific kinds of foods, Waitrose and M&S is there. So like I had to actually go around and I shopped at every single one of these across probably the first month. Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm a finance student, and I also like being very like calculative in my entire month. So I used to go, okay, so in the like if I shop this in Asda, it's costing me this, but this also has offers over here. M&S, by the way, M&S does discounts after 5 p.m. Like you didn't hear it from me, but like not for everything, but like there are certain discounts. So like yeah, there is a lot of things that you get to explore over here, and we'd definitely love to help you out with that as well. Just this idea of how students are over here, because we in general are students helping students. So it's my experience that can help you get adjusted over here and then add to your experience. And that's what we're trying to do. And my first month was just like that. I don't like clubbing, but I did go like once or twice. I had a tiny accident as well, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But yeah, the entire experience in general is just amazing.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, more questions coming in. Trish asked kind of follow-up question regarding to applications. So, oh no, we answered that one already. My bad. Simran asked, do you think someone should still apply for September 2020, which is literally next month?
Well, yeah, definitely. It's September 2020 right now. So all the universities, they're trying to make sure they start on time, but a lot of them have pushed back their courses a little bit to late September, early October as well. Some of them have changed it to online slash offline presence for their courses. And some universities have done completely online for the first semester and then physically from January. It depends from university to university. Now, if you want to apply, you can definitely apply right now again. The only variable over there might be the visas for international students. Now, one thing that we can do over there is we suggest You apply right now because it is in a clearing phase. You should get a response as soon as possible. And once that response comes through, then we look into how soon we can get your visa process. I know there are certain processes regarding to finances, regarding the TB test, the tuberculosis test that is done for UK visas. So
Yeah.
there are a couple of those specifics that needs to be done. Of course, the TB test is not in your hand, but you can start saving up for your finances, the bank statement that's required for visas. So all of those can be prepared beforehand. And once you get the offer, immediately we apply for the CAS number from the university, and then immediately we apply for the visas. We look into the timeline, and within that, if we see that you're coming in a little late, we will inform the university that, okay, this student would be here a little late, because they can start online and then fly in.
Yeah.
Or if we see that the visa process is going to be too lengthy, or let's say, I know for a fact right now, a few of my friends, they're trying, but the TB test right now is not available because the lines are too full, because of COVID related issues. So at that time, we can also defer that course option to the next semester. Most universities are open to deferrals right now on an active basis because of the current world situation. So yeah, definitely apply for September 2020. If we see that for your application, it's not suggested that you apply for 2020, or if it might, of course, it would actually be subjective to everyone, then we can just move it on for the next intake. And at that time, if you don't have a rush, then we can move on to the January intake as well.
Amazing, really good answer, Sarf. Yeah, and Simran, I really do hope it was helpful. On the same tone, like even so, even though Simran asked, like, do you think someone should apply? We are getting so many questions about how the September and October is going to look like. You already mentioned in your answer the online learning, which basically means many of universities, I think most of them, are applying something called blended learning, which involves in it some part of the learning is online, meaning that you can do it from home safely from your laptop, and some part of the learning will happen at the university. So I know some specific universities are planning to have literally 5 to 6 hours, 5 to 6 contact hours of like 12 or 14 total. So definitely there will be a good mix of actual face-to-face interaction with students and your tutors as well.
Yeah.
When we're coming to the how to arrive to the UK and actually even when to arrive, because this year we're advising everyone to arrive a little bit earlier there in general, because in the UK some countries have to stay in quarantine. By the way, we put out an amazing artwork illustration on our Instagram page just a couple of hours before that live, which literally talks you through what are the steps that you have to make before coming to the UK. So yeah, the way I see it, we are advising students to come to the UK early September to be ready for the Freshers Week, which generally is in the last week of September. The Freshers Week, or the Welcome Week, you can call it, it's not at the same time for every university. This is for the logistical reasons, because if every university would have the Welcome Week at the same time, then it would be logistical nightmare for the car travel and so on in the UK. So, Sarf, what would be your kind of 3, 4, 5 key tips for the students who are arriving to the UK, or even maybe British students when they're moving to their halls and campuses during that bizarre time?
Yeah. So first things first, you try to come in before the Freshers Week, because if you come in and you start with the classes, it's not a lot of integration that you can do beforehand, and like you have to deal with the lectures and the cultural shock and the change in environment all together at the same time. So I would always suggest any student to come in right before Freshers Week. I didn't miss it, and thank God I didn't miss it. But for the international students, of course, like there are certain restrictions in place. I know a lot of my Indian friends, they have to follow like there's the Vande Bharat program where a lot of people are being brought back from the UK to India who are applying for those flights. but those flights going back to the UK, they are getting people back, so you can definitely apply for those. And
Okay.
they are actively running those flights. So, and that is from different countries. It's a similar process. So definitely look into those flights beforehand. If you are applying late, definitely there's going to be a rush, but do pre-plan all of this. So it's definitely going to help you out because we're in the last stretch of it. Coming to
Yeah.
the UK, a lot of universities are, of course, having the coach system. So, like, there are a lot of universities who have their representatives at at the Birmingham Airport, at the Manchester Airport, at the Heathrow Airport as well, depending on where you're landing, and they can have the bus straight from the airport to your university or to your accommodation.
Little cheeky plug in here. Basically, we are having every Friday a Q&A session between myself and Nicholas Cuthbert, who is our director. And we just recently, I think 3 weeks ago, had an episode fully based on how to travel from the airport to your campus. So anyone who wants more detailed advice on that, go check out on that episode on YouTube. But sorry,
Yes,
sir.
for more Martin, yes, check out that video.
For more Martin, just go to the YouTube and basically go heavy.
Yeah, so basically, in terms of tips, there's not a lot of things that I can say very specifically because, of course, it's going to differ from person to person. But when you come in, one, make sure to understand your environment. In Nottingham right now, COVID cases are very low. So if you see people going about without a mask, don't be too scared. People do care about their health, but you do wear a mask yourself because you just came into the country. And
Yeah.
it is suggested that you spend those first couple of weeks by yourself. Don't talk to a lot of people. But yes, you need groceries and also maintain your distance, wear a mask, and make sure that you quarantine by if required.
Definitely. But as you said, it's suggested. I think 14 days quarantine for people from certain countries. It's not suggested, but it's mandatory, isn't it?
Yes, it is mandatory. So within that time, when you come in September, just check out any and every food delivery discounts, and you're just gonna have to get takeouts and deliveries on a regular basis.
Yeah. Wonderful. Everyone who have just joined us, you're here with Martin and Sarf. We're from OK Student, application and advisory, basically, service, who are helping international students coming to the UK and yeah, finding your dream university and starting your career and journey in the UK. We're very experienced. We are partnered with more than 60, 70 British universities. So if you need any help, just get in touch with us. You can fill out our form at okstudent.co.uk /form, or just get in touch with us via the email.
Yeah, fantastic.
We're super active on social channels as well. As we've said plenty of times in this live, our key thing is just providing students value. So I'm just popping it up on the screen. We have an amazing Medium channel where our copywriters, as well as the guest copywriters, who are students in different universities, in different cities, are providing their insight on how the life is at the campuses of different cities. So definitely do check it out, as well as all of the social media channels, including the Instagram that's up there.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions, Martin?
Yes. Simran asked, have universities given the facilities of self-isolation, following up our conversation earlier?
Yeah, so we've been getting a full-on university trainings over the last month, and some universities are providing certain amounts of help. If you're living in student halls, some universities are also providing help with the food deliveries, catering, and all that. So there are certain very specific universities who are helping out with that. Even with the quarantining, there are certain universities who are helping out with which halls to take you to, or where you can stay for the first couple of weeks of quarantine. So that is very subjective. So, like, of course, something that we can help out with on a regular basis when you ask us a question through our form or the email. So yeah, self-isolation, of course, is very it's a different thing to do, because, like, you're coming from a house full of family, and then you're coming into a room with 60 people, and then you're coming into a room with 70 people. So where it's just yourself. You turn 360 degrees and your world just like ends there. So it's a little bit of a different experience, but that is just the start of. Like, it can only get better from there. Like that's all I can say.
Definitely. Fully agree. Based on my knowledge, I know some universities, yeah, they do provide halls for self-isolation. I've even heard like some universities kind of cover the cost for the first 14 days that you have to self-isolate at these halls. So yeah, all in all, we would say that universities are fully prepared of taking all of the students to the campuses. They have had now months and basically the whole summer preparing. And what we've heard and seen from our partners that everyone's fully ready. So there is no fear. I think there shouldn't be any fear of coming to the UK. And yeah, our message throughout the last month have been to be brave and like getting used to the situation and just maximizing the time you have available.
Oh, definitely. One more thing I want to cover, Martin, was like whenever a lot of students come, they really look forward to part-time jobs, and that's something that's really essential for a lot of students because, of course, the hands-on money is very helpful as well. I know, like, thankfully for OK, like I got bumped into OK Student, like it was literally beside NTU, so I walked past a lot of times. So definitely that was a good experience. But yeah, one thing that I would like to mention: once you're here, once you know the things around you, and when you go out to explore things around you in the first month as well, try to see if and just ask the stores, like every single store or restaurant, hi, are you guys hiring part-time students? That's like just one liner, and if they say yes, send a CV, great. If they say no, go to the next store.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like you fail 100% of the shots that you don't take. Michael Scott.
Exactly.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean that's another question that we basically get daily, I guess, is like part-time jobs, how to get the job, how easy is it to get the part-time job, and we always basically answer it's they're all there. It really all depends on you. How much do you apply? My favorite thing is like when younger students or my friends ask my advice on applying to the jobs, and then I'm like, but hey dude, how many jobs have you applied to? And they're like 8, and then I'm always laughing that of course it's not going to work out if you apply to 6 to 8 jobs. Like
Exactly.
go for numbers,
Like,
literally. Obviously customize the CV and personal statements, but you have to always go for numbers because yeah, it's just a numbers game, and it's pure like I don't like word luck, but sometimes it's just the pure luck. Sometimes
yeah, of
people
course.
see your CV, or it might get put to the wrong folder, or yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't matter if it's an office job or a restaurant job. Like both jobs have competition. So like once you keep applying, that's how you do it. So international students are allowed to work 20 hours max per week, but during vacation hours or after your term ends, you can actually work full time. Which is why, like even literally this morning, I was out. I got a few CVs printed, and I just went around the city center to different restaurants, different places. Like, hi, are you guys hiring? Yes, leave a CV. Done.
Yeah.
Or if it's a no, then I just go to the next place. But that's exactly what you have to do. You have to be completely on your feet. If you really want that job, then just go around, ask people. Some places would have just finished hiring. They had one spot and you just missed it. Or some places are like, yeah, someone just quit. Do you want to fill in? When can you start? So like, be prepared to take any kind of response from them.
Yeah. So once again, everyone who have just recently joined, OK Student live, giving advice, giving tips, giving help, answering questions. Yeah, just our weekly show, trying to help students, trying to help basically anyone in our community, because what we're doing now is we're just building community of students. We are connecting students with each other. We have an amazing group of different nationalities. We run 100 worldwide 100 challenge, meaning that we're just trying to get 100 different nationalities under our roof. I think we are somewhere close to 40 now, but we are going quickly. Yeah, it's been amazing live with you, Sarf. Like before we tie it nicely up, I'll just ask couple of not fun but interesting questions about UK. So first of all, before you came to the UK, how good was your knowledge about the UK in general?
The first thing that I knew about UK was UK is very expensive, and everyone I told that I'm going to the UK, oh, it's very expensive. But
In terms of food?
but in contrast to that is it's not the UK that is very expensive because I've always landed in London and I've always I've visited UK twice before this and I've stayed in London. So London, yes, it is expensive. UK in general, not as much. Like staying here, I'm doing my part-time job and that's paying for my rent, paying for my regular expenses, and I'm having savings I'm saving right now for the Halloween and Christmas sales, but like there is enough that you can do around, and the cities are like more north you go, it gets much cheaper, as much as I've heard and as much as I've experienced. So yeah, definitely that's the first misconception that I had broken.
So what's your most favorite travel location in the UK? So if you could now go anywhere just to explore.
That's very tough. For a football fan, that is the worst question to ask because I don't support a single team in the EPL. I support football in general. City-wise, I go to Liverpool. The port side and the wind is just amazing, and just
Perfect.
oh yeah. But I recently last week I went on a road trip with my cousin to Wales. My God, the natural beauty. So like we literally drove around for 2 days nonstop, and we just went around the national parks. Brecon Beacon National Park is one of the most absolutely beautiful places in the UK. Must go, must watch. The road to drive on is amazing. It's just a beautiful view.
Where for you goes the line between South and North England?
I think Nottingham.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting or weirdest food you've had in the UK?
Interesting. Weirdest food. I tried a lot of dishes, but I actually haven't tried. I went to Scotland. I forget the name of this, but they had like this kidney and liver and kind of like the risotto kind of thing. I forget the name, but I did try it. It was a little weird. It's a Scottish traditional dish. Other than that, I've tried almost everything. Wait, I got it. I went to a Korean restaurant over here and I tried eels, and that was the most unique one. Yes.
Unique is the good word, probably.
Yes.
Does it actually rain in the UK as much as everyone are thinking?
It rains in the UK almost as much as everyone thinks. However, yeah, it's more of not winter specifically, except for summer. Like I've recently seen not a lot of rain, but I always carry my big umbrella. I've never been anywhere without my umbrella, and I always check the weather. Always check the weather before you leave home.
What's the weirdest English slang term or British slang term that you've heard?
Do you really want me to say that, Martin? I'm not going to say that.
You don't want to say that?
No, it's like because there's different terms used in different locations in the UK. So I think I'd stick to like the basic English ones that you do know.
What's your favorite way of traveling inside of the UK? Most cost-effective or most or the fastest? What's your way to go travel option?
Traveling, cost-effective would be National Express if you just want to go out and about. But my favorite one is just driving around. It's just like it's not the convenience of it. It's just that if you see somewhere you want to go to, you just like twist the route around. And I've driven by car around the UK, and that's been my favorite.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, Sarf, amazing. Thank you so much. I really did
enjoy. Thank you so much, Martin.
I really enjoyed our time today. Thank you, everyone listening in. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, Simran. Thank you, AT. Thank you, Dina. Thank you for all of your wonderful questions. I hope we were able to help you out a little bit with our answers. And yeah, we're closing it down. Anyone interested still applying through clearing with us, definitely do get in touch. I'm throwing it on the screen now. Our form, okstudent.co.uk/form. Put in your details. Our amazing student advisors will get in touch with you. Also, we're going ham on marketing. We are pushing out content from the left and right. So we're always looking for guest writers, video people, basically someone who can make either video, who can write nice stuff, so copywriters, or artists and illustrators. So if you are a creative mind and you're looking for part-time gig and want to be part of our amazing marketing team, definitely do get in touch, whether info@okstudent.co.uk, or just you can easily just email me myself, or just message me on LinkedIn as well. Yeah.
And everyone who, like exactly what Martin says, do apply. If you want to get my personal advice, just add my name on the end of the form. But in general, like all of our advisors are amazing. We'll definitely try to help you get through to whatever application, whenever you want to study. If it's this September, if it's January, if it's next September, we're definitely there to help you out. Certain deadlines are before others, so definitely reach out to us as early as possible, and we're going to get that help that you really want.
Thank you, all the wonderful people who listened in today. Stay well. Enjoy now it's colder, but it was super hot and humid in the UK. All the students who joined in, have a really safe travel to the UK. Any random questions you might have, feel always free to just drop us or your advisors a message. And
thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you. Au revoir.